So on Halloween, about a week back, I uploaded this video. It's just kind of like a tiny little short film I made because of Halloween. And a lot of people thought I used the Unreal editor to create it, which I actually didn't do. So this video is for you guys who are curious on how I even made this thing. But first, I wanted to show you something. Okay, so this is kind of like a side note, but I thought I'd show it off because I thought it'd be kind of cool for those of you who have been around for a very long time. This is my old tutorial island. So this is where I made all of my super old how-to videos. So you see, you got flowing water there. We have, this is supposed to be water. I don't know what the hell, but supposed to be like how to make like a little pond area or water. I use that house for interiors. How to make a desert, terrain tutorials, just like all over the place. Just how to make a cave or something. Yep. I don't know, I thought it'd be kind of cool to show off. It's nothing too special. Next up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a bunch of sets within Fortnite Creative for this little short I'm making. So it's basically just gonna be a bunch of spooky / creepy / Halloween themed imagery on the screen. And then what's gonna happen is we're gonna have a scene up here like this, and then the camera's gonna slowly move under the ground, and it's gonna transition to this kind of underworld area. And I thought maybe we could use the chair device somehow. I don't know, like, can you make this like invisible? Oh, there we go, see? Yeah, so we can have him sitting down somewhere. I don't know. So I went to go make another island, and I found another, like, honestly cooler island than the previous one. So this is where I did a few tutorials on this island, but a lot of it is just kind of like coming up with concepts for what I wanted to build. And you can see a lot of the early Planet Ikara designs on this island, and I think it's just kind of interesting, kind of cool. So here you can see the coral biome, the coral snow area. Moving down further, you can see this kind of like, I don't even know what's it called, this biome on the map, but there's this one. There's this, there's the rocky area, right? And I think the only one that isn't on here is the volcanic jungle, but there is a jungle down there. So over here we have Planet Ikara Season 3. This is when I first came up with the design for the desert area, the desert / corruption that spread throughout the top of the map. Coming down here, you can see me really experimenting with weird and wacky props. So like these black glass items here, these things sticking out of the ground are actually just like T-Rexes. You can tell I really wanted to create something like that felt alien, that felt unnatural. That's where I did the cube biome tutorial a very long time ago. Unfortunately, it looks like the trees are kind of bugged now. They look visually very bad. Here I was down here experimenting with the coral again. I don't even remember half of this stuff. This is where I did the cave tutorial, the second one I made, the better one, the way better one. And as you can see, this is a way more grand scale, and it looks way cooler. Just very, I feel like interesting island that I have saved. And this is a behind the scenes video, so I don't mind showing you guys this at all. It's really cool. Here's where I did the swamp tutorial. So this was my how to make a swamp. If I had to go back and do this, it'd be a little more dense, right? So like way more trees everywhere. It'd feel a little more overgrown, but I think for what it is, it looks really good. Again, the water's bugged. I don't know what that's about. Hey, look, I even put a little slurp barrel thing over here. A tiny little spaceship I made for Planet Ikara that was gonna be crashed in the stone over there, as you can see. And I think the last cool thing, besides me practicing a bunch of terrain, that's what all this stuff is over here. It's kind of all over the place, but this was literally me just like practicing making mountains. We have the very first rendition of this. This is an old one. This is Rex Royale Season 3 or version 3.0, whatever you want to call it. This was the concept of basically like there's gonna be a massive crater and there's gonna be a town built above that crater. But yeah, this is this island. Not to like, you know, keep sending you behind the scenes to look at old stuff, but I thought it'd be really cool to show off. I thought at least some people would be interested in seeing that. But let's get on to the actual building. I'm wasting a little time here. Okay, so right now what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build some sort of like spooky cemetery scene, right? Now I'm debating debating what kind of terrain I should use, because there's this really cool chapter 4 stuff that I haven't really touched before, despite it coming out, I feel like, a long time ago. On the other hand, that's not what I know. What I do know, the chapter 2 Shark Cliff Gallery. Okay, if one thing's for certain, we are going to be using chapter 4 nature because it just looks the best. Like, these are the best looking trees that have ever been in the game. And chapter 4 kind of maintains that cartoony style with being a little more detailed. I think chapter 4 is the best the game has ever looked. It looked cartoony, but it looked really detailed and nice. I think we should at least try using this terrain because it does look really good. It really does. The only thing I really hate about it is, like, if you kind of want to overlap things, you get these ugly lines in the middle of the terrain and it looks really bad. Okay, you know what? We'll try and work with it. These pieces get really large anyway, so we'll have that as a base. And what we can do is we can come in here, I guess rescale these blocks, and then we can take this, place it down there, make that piece a little lower. We're gonna be looking this way. Maybe we just kind of lean towards the more cartoony, like, cliff style, right? So, like, we'll just have, like, things like this in the background. Boom, boom. Let's, like, lower the height a little. See this here? Like, I hate that. I'm gonna cover it up. There we go. We're gonna make, like, a decent looking background too. We can't just, like, have the default Fortnite Fortnite sky. Do we just, like, extend this down and then we slowly, like, build it up? Yeah, you know what? That's what we can do. We can kind of just make it, like, enclosed, because if we see, like, if we make, like, a almost like a bowl shape, it'll look completely fine, despite having, you know, the big Fortnite mountain in the background. See, like, that's not looking too bad. You know what? That doesn't look that bad. Oh, I hate how that. Oh gosh. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It'll stay in view. Yeah, the actual scene. I feel like this doesn't look as good as it should. Maybe we can change the lighting or something to make it more, like, blue and mysterious. Looks kind of, like, boxy. Honestly, it's not really what I'm going for. Maybe it's probably the lighting. That's definitely what it is. Because the sun's directly up right now. We're gonna have to fix that. And see, now we have the stage for the scene we're going for. Let's take this one and this one. Okay, well, all this garbage we're not gonna need. Get this out of here. We don't need that. We don't need no candy. Should be fall. Is there, like, a fall gallery? We might end up not using the chapter 4 nature, because, like, I know there's this one. Oh, here we go. Because it's got to be fall. It's got to be spooky. Yeah. This is good. Okay. We're gonna need, like, stone walls. So let me pick apart the pieces we're gonna use. I'm definitely gonna put this aside. Definitely. That can look awesome with the door. Okay. The leaves we kind of already have in that gallery, so the rest of this stuff I don't really need. Now, in that classic New England, like, cemetery style, there's a lot of, like, stone walls and, like, really old stuff lying around all over the place. So what I'm gonna do is look for, like, a rocky wall, because the one that comes to mind is, like, this one. Boom. Deserted fortress. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put this down. We might actually find some stuff here we want to use. This tree is actually kind of interesting. Well, I'll see. Maybe we could use these pieces to make, like, stone walls and stuff. Okay, I'm gonna get building, and it's gonna be epic or something. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like how dark that is. I really don't. I could have sworn these weren't that dark before. I think the Deserted Fortress Gallery is gonna be better for this. I think we take, like these couple pieces and we kind of make our own little design with them. Like, yeah, that's gonna fit in way better. Yeah, I think that's looking a little better. So we'll just work with this for now. It's a little repetitive, but I mean, like, it's fine. We can do something like that. Sprinkle some other rocks in there. And the goal is to make this giant area like a cemetery or graveyard or whatever. I think it'd be a really cool visual, and that's literally it. But now that we have this, honestly, like people won't notice if we just copy and paste. Like they really won't. Just gotta spice it up a little. I'm a big fan in Fortnite Creative when the sun is like really low like that. That's a little too low though, now that I'm looking at it. There we go. We are gonna need grass. And what's good is it looks like the grass already kind of matches with the terrain. I was gonna use this stuff, but it looks really bad, so I'm not gonna. So this is how the foliage will look. Looks pretty good. But before we do add in all the grass though, I do want to actually make like a little area first. And then I'll build the rest off camera because it's just gonna be more of the same. But let's finish up this area, right? Okay. So we're gonna fill up many sections with tombstones. To fill up this entire area would take so long. Like I can't do that. And most of it's gonna be background anyway. Let's be honest. So these are gonna have a little stone construct around them, as many do in reference images. I don't think it has to look perfect, but it should look decent, you know? So these guys have their own little plot of land. We're gonna have a few more of those too. I want to make almost like a monument. Maybe we could do it out of these pieces here, because a lot of the time in these cemeteries they have like giant monuments, like spikes almost, and it has a bunch of names on it. I almost feel like there's a prop that's like perfect for this, but that doesn't mean we can't use this thing that I just made. There you go. I think variety is pretty important, so I'm gonna go place around a few more tombstones, and yeah, I'll be back. Okay, so this is what I got. This whole area is kind of filled up now with tombstones. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all this grass and I'm gonna copy and paste it over. Now there's gonna be some areas like this where like I have to go in and manually place stuff down, but it's not too bad. Most of the work's already done. It doesn't help that in some areas the terrain isn't completely even. Like over here it kind of dips down a little, but I don't think it's gonna be anything like too noticeable, so that's good. See, this is looking real good now that there's actual like foliage and it's not just like flat grass texture. You can also add these trees in a few places. Let's not overdo it. Now, of course, it's the fall weather, so we need leaves on the ground, especially underneath the trees. See, that looks good. Okay. I'm gonna make this tree a little bigger, a little more intimidating. There we go. Last but not least, we need bushes around the area. And see, once all the pieces are together, it looks real nice. It's looking real good. So yeah, basically, I'll cross this entire landscape. I'm gonna make what's essentially just a massive cemetery, and I'm gonna add some cool little details here and there to really make some parts stand out more than the rest. But yeah, I'm gonna go off and do that, and I'll talk to you when I talk to you, I guess. Okay, so it's been a day, and this is where I'm at so far. The last thing I really need to do is fill in all this area back here, which I will literally just be spamming bushes. I'll put a few trees in there too. But this is the giant cemetery I made just for this single video. This is probably the biggest thing I'm going to build. Everything else I think can kind of be smaller, but I need this to be big for one specific shot I want in the little video, and it's gonna be me sitting on this wall looking off into the sunset, and it's just gonna look really cool. That's how it's gonna end. But yeah, I'm gonna finish this up off camera, and I guess I'll see you when I build the next set, or maybe I'll start editing. I don't know. Okay, so I've decided I'm actually just gonna go into replay mode and film a bunch of shots here that I can use in the video. So what I have to do is I have to exit this game, start up a new creative session, and then go in here and start the round, so that way all these particle effects and stuff work, and that's how I'll be able to get the shots for replay mode. Okay, friends, so at this point I've started the editing process. While I was doing this, I sort of realized that what I had already wrote kind of sucks. So the chances of me actually showing what the original poem was, it's slim to none, okay? Just know that compared to the final product, it's pretty damn bad. So what I'm gonna do now is go back in Audacity and re-record the lines, and hopefully it'll flow better with what I already have edited here. Now, I still haven't built the other sets that I'm gonna be using for the video, which hopefully I'm gonna do tonight or within the next hour if I have time, but I don't know. We're gonna have to see. All right, so here we are. this is what the timeline of the video editor looks like. I know I'm not organized, but this is how, you know, this is how people who are self-taught edit, okay? All the audio has been re-recorded, things have been rearranged, and I'm happy with what I have right now. Basically, the last thing I need to do is go into the game and build the hell part, the hellscape, whatever you want to call it. So if you're interested in what everything sounds like, there you go. One day, death knocked on my door. And over 8 months dragged me through hell's pits. Souls shrieked, and their skin melted into the flame. So, I think it sounds pretty cool for not, you know, really even knowing what I'm doing. So, let's go in game and let's build some visuals to fill in this empty space right here. Okay, so here we are. There's our other set. And then this is gonna be our second one. It's gonna be facing this way. And the lighting will be fine because we're gonna be using a sky dome anyway. So what I'm thinking, we have a giant pit of lava, right? And it's kind of like vibing, doing its own thing. And then right in the dead center of this pit of lava, there's gonna be not a massive castle, but it's gonna be like a fortress looking thing, right? And then we'll have like a bridge leading to it, right? Sort of arching over like this. And surrounding it, there's gonna be massive cliffs and mountainous terrain. And then the lava is gonna follow all the way down in sort of a river down here. And it's just gonna look really cool. It's gonna look really cool. And then upon the castle steps, that's where Mr. Jonesy is gonna be sitting. It's gonna transition to the shot back at the cemetery. Hopefully that made any sense in your brain. If you've seen the original video, you kind of know what I'm talking about. I'm just gonna expand this bit more because we're gonna be working on a big scale here. So I kind of just want to mark where I want the fortress with that lava tile. Right, so I'll kind of mold terrain around this little part and make like a little river or something. And just to get an idea of how big the scale is, this is what we're working with here. So I think we should start by sort of forming the terrain of which the castle is going to be standing on. And we can do that by just outlining this tile here. Now, I'm not too worried about the shape. The idea is just to kind of get the idea in my head for what this is going to be. So I'm going to delete that and elevate this up high. I can already kind of see it coming to life a little. Now, instead of just having this go straight down like this, I kind of want to have it curve in. So we're gonna have to do this off grid, right? But it'll be like that, so it kind of like comes in at an angle. See, this isn't really the look I'm going for. I think to really achieve that, I'm gonna have to shrink the piece. And with a little bit of magic here, we can kind of get this shape going. See, this was more of kind of like what I was aiming for. This sort of shape right here. Maybe the angle is a little too dramatic. Maybe we could just do that. What we can basically do is copy and paste this around a few times and then fill in the rest with different pieces so it doesn't look so repetitive. So like we can take this, for example. It already kind of has a little bit of a curve to it. And I think this will work in filling in the gaps for the most part. Maybe. Yes, maybe. Looks good to me. And I mean, back here, the camera's not really going to be looking at, so I'm going to half-ass it. I'm not going to. All right. So this is what we're working with here. Now to bring this all together, I'm going to have to add lights all around the place. It doesn't have to be that intense. It just has to like shine on the rocks. Now it'd be awesome if the lava was a light source itself, but it's not. So we have to go in manually and do all this. See, that looks really sick. That looks cool. And now we're going to make a bridge. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is the way. You kind of start with it, and then you go get a smaller one. Like literally this guy. You rotate him. You make it look real dramatic. It's like this tiny little bridge. See, I'm liking that. That's cool. That's good looking. And now we extend this down. Maybe. Okay, maybe this is what we do. We shrink this. We rotate it in a way where it, yup, that could work. We're gonna have another little bridge is what we're gonna do. Boom. Then we have a smaller piece. It's real dramatic. See, and this is the easy part, because now we can just like take this up the scale, maybe shrink the height a little. We put this here, And you kind of just make some rock formations, and it all will blend together. Be real cool looking and pretty. Well, pretty for being literal hell. Even get away with like taking this thing. See, if you angle it right, it kind of almost makes a flat surface on the top. And then you take it, you resize it the right way, and you make a landscape with it. Okay, so we got a bit of a landscape now. The last thing we really need to do in terms of landscaping is kind of just make massive walls, right? Make cliffs and make some crazy looking terrain, and it'll really make everything come together. Now, what's good is that these pieces are so easy to work with. I mean, I can literally just upscale this if I really wanted to. Just like spam that everywhere and like call it a day. What I'm actually gonna do is kind of already put these in places and work around them. So we're gonna have these really dramatic peaks and stuff like that sort of really dominate the background. Oh, and by the way, I can't delete this, like straight up. I can't interact with it. I can't edit this. I can't delete it. I don't know what to do. We love Fortnite Creative. We love how broken it is. We really don't. I hate it. Well, what's good is this piece seems to be really cooperative. It's really making it easy for me to just kind of place things, and it works. Like I said, it seems like this piece being banana shaped is super duper easy to just abuse. Because, I mean, I made this in a matter of a few minutes, and it already looks super cool. I mean, come on. Okay, so after about, not that long, like 15-20 minutes maybe, this is what I got, and I'm really happy with it. As for the castle, or whatever's gonna sit in the middle there, I don't even know if it's gonna be a castle, maybe some sort of shrine or something, I don't know. I'm gonna build that off camera because that's gonna be a way longer process than this terrain here was. And I just wanna showcase a little trick for those of you who want to build something like this, which I mean, this isn't a hard build, but it looks really cool. You want to impress your friends, maybe? I don't know. To make it look like there's more work that was done than there actually is, if you quite literally just like take these rocks and place them back here, hide them behind the up front landscape, right? It just looks like there's way more in the background than there really is, right? Less work, and it adds a lot more to the build than, you know, you otherwise would have had with just these big mountainous rocks in the foreground. But yeah, I'm gonna go work on whatever the hell is gonna be in the middle there, and I'll see you then. But wait, hold on. If you are 22 minutes into this video and you're not subscribed to me, please subscribe. I'm trying to hit 9K by the end of the year, but I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. Let's get back to it. Okay, so here I am after I've kind of configured everything, and this is what it's gonna end up looking like. Now, you might be wondering, I mean, this looks decent, but it's not the greatest in the world. Don't worry, editing magic is gonna take care of the rest. I've already planned this ahead of time, and I'm only gonna put the embers effect where the camera's going to be. That way I don't have to go around and just like spam it everywhere, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna go and record some shots and hopefully be done with the editing process by the next time I see you. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, so I put everything together. I recorded everything in replay mode, and we have the final video. This came out so much better than I thought it would. I'm actually so happy. The only thing I don't really like is the text here. It's kind of hard to read because of the lava. It's really glowy and yellow. But oh my gosh, it looks so good. It looks so good. Just look at this shot. Look at it. Where I pleaded. Like, pleaded. Oh my, yo! Like, this looks so good. But that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you like this sort of behind the scenes look into this project that I did. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one.